ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம்.
So yesterday, in that course of discussion, one point has come out that our if I am not wrong, our means is not the what the mantra, but the Lord Himself. Means attaining the to attain the Lord. It is not the nama of the Lord is not the means, but the Lord Himself is the means to attain the Lord. I think some devotee has brought out this point. Can you elaborate these things? If you
Okay, sure. See, in our Sampradayam, a very, very foundational principle is Bhagavan being the means and Bhagavan being the goal. So, Bhagavan being the means implies that Bhagavan's lotus feet or Bhagavan's mercy, they are all the means for us to reach Him. So, means is the way through which we can reach Him, and that is Bhagavan Himself. Because He is the one who is going to grant us the ultimate benefit. Now, after reaching Bhagavan, what are we going to do? We are going to serve the same Bhagavan. So, Bhagavan is the goal for us. So, both Upayam and Upayam is Bhagavan only. Now, what happens to the various aspects which are emphasized in Shastram, such as Karma Yogam, Jnana Yogam, Bhakti Yogam, Nama Sankirtanam, Dividesha Vasam? Many of these are emphasized for us. For any Vaidika, anyone who is following Shastram, these aspects are really emphasized, that one should perform karma properly, one should develop knowledge, one should have devotion, one should recite Bhagavan's names, one should live in Divideshams, one should engage in Kankaryams. So these are all emphasized in Shastram in various places. Now they are also emphasized as means to attain Bhagavan. So in some portion of Shastram, Karma Yoga is explained as the means to attain Bhagavan. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan explains Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. These are all means to attain Him. So he says, for example, Janaka attained me through performance of Karma Yoga. And then he says, in this world to know about me and reach me. And then he says about Bhakti Yoga, he says that Bhaktya Tananaya Shakyaha. So nothing other than Bhakti will make one reach me. So these are all hence identified as means to reach Him also. So similarly, Nama Sankirtanam is emphasized as a very established means to attain Bhagavan, very easy means to attain Bhagavan. So these are all shown. Dividesha Vasam. By just residing in a Dividesham, one will attain me at the end of one's life. And then Purushottama Vidya, knowing about me, having knowledge about me, real knowledge about me. Janma karma chame divyam, evam yo veti tatvataha, he says in Bhagavad Gita. So one who knows about my birth and activities truly, such person will reach me and he will never be born again in this samsara. So there are many different means which are emphasized by Bhagavan and Shastram, but those are all identified as means for people who are engaged in worldly activities and who are seeking for some ways to get out of this cycle. For them, because they are used to doing activities and getting results, Shastram and Bhagavan give them these prescriptions. Okay, you do this, you will get that. You will get this result. But so that is known as Pravritti Marga, those who are in the path of action. But for those who understand that nothing is in our hands, we are totally dependent on Bhagavan. For them, Bhagavan is showing the Nivritti Marga. That is the path of renunciation with the path of surrender. So totally place all the burden at the lotus feet of Bhagavan and pray to Bhagavan that he takes care of all of these responsibilities to liberate us, to give us the ultimate goal of eternally serving Bhagavan. So for those who take up to the path of surrender, what happens to the other activities, whether it is karma, jnana, bhakti? That is what yesterday we discussed. So all of these become part of their kainkariam. So after we surrender, then we have to still do something. It's not that we give up everything and just sit in a place and start only meditating and doing nothing. That's not what our Purvacharyas did. Our Purvacharyas have done great kainkariams. They have conducted utsavans for Bhagavan. They ensured that the Archa ceremony of Bhagavan is greatly celebrated. So a lot of activities have been done by Purvacharyas. Now they are not done with the intent of getting some benefit. So if I do this utsavam, then I will be given this benefit. That's not the intent. The intent is being a totally dependent person on Bhagavan. Our duty is to increase the greatness of Bhagavan, bring more fame to Bhagavan, bring more joy to Bhagavan. So for that, we engage in activities such as karma, that is doing our kainkariams, and then jnana, developing our knowledge, and then developing our devotion, developing our ruchi towards Bhagavan, taste towards Bhagavan, and then doing Nama Sankirtanam, reciting Bhagavan's names as kainkariam, living in Dividesham as a kainkariam. So everything becomes part of kainkariam and Mangalashasanam and so on. So we are not trying to do something to please Bhagavan to get something. Rather, Bhagavan has already done so much for us. Now it is our time to do our part, do kainkariam to Bhagavan. That is fitting our true nature. That is what the difference is now. So Nama Sankirtanam, for example, is not the means for us. It is a means, it is the upayam mentioned in Shastram. But for us, it is not the upayam. It is like based on the adhikari, the activities differ. For example, for a person who is working in a company, for him, working in that company will give him salary and help him in his livelihood. But for the owner of the company, it is having different purpose. Working in that company is not, he is not working for the salary. Rather, he is working for the development of the company and development of the lives of so many different people who are working for him. So his goal, his aspects are different. Even though he may be doing the same thing, he will also come and do the same. He will come in at 9 o'clock, he will start his computer, he will do all the work. Same like some staff of the company also doing. But the intent is different. Similarly, there are people who pursue Nama Sankirtanam as the means to attain Bhagavan. But there are us who perform Nama Sankirtanam purely as kainkariam for the pleasure of Bhagavan. So that is the difference. This applies to all the different means, upayams identified in Shastram.
So, Swami, the difference is there between the Nama of the Lord and the Lord himself. Means that's what yesterday he pointed out, that the Lord himself is the means, not the holy name. Means it is, he's saying that in terms of the Nama Sankirtana is.
Yeah, for us, for Prapannas, for those who are surrendered to Bhagavan, Bhagavan is the means. Nama is his name, so it is dear to us.
So we cannot take shelter of the name of the Lord?
No, we only take shelter of Bhagavan. Because by taking shelter of Bhagavan, we are all automatically taking shelter of all aspects which are associated with him, his name, his form, his qualities. Because when we are taking shelter of him, it is not that, it's not an abstract concept. Bhagavan is not an abstract concept. He is with form, he is with qualities. He is with names. So he is always together with all of these aspects. So when we take shelter of Bhagavan, it is naturally taking shelter of all of his aspects.
ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம்.
To learn such valuable information about our Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, please download KOYIL, KOYIL app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Our website is koyil.org, KOYIL.org.